Today we'll be talking about Tank and the sentencing for his 2020 hit and run. I'm Rugburn.
And I'm Pickled Landon.
And this is Tombstone Tourist. Alright, so today we'll be talking about Tank, one of the best boxers up and coming. I wouldn't even say he's up and coming. He's pretty established at this point. He's endorsed by Floyd Mayweather. So many accolades under his belt. You kind of just want to give a breakdown of some of the stats he has.
Gervonta Davis is completely undefeated in the professional field. He's had 29 fights. He's won all 29, 0 losses. He's won 27 of those by KO. That's a 94% KO percentage. Yeah, he's really, really good. He's ranked the second best active lightweight boxer in the world. And he's held multiple championships in 3 weight classes: lightweight, super featherweight, and then super lightweight. His most recent accomplishment was defeating Ryan Garcia, who was also undefeated in his professional record up until that point. And Davis kind of considers himself the new modern face of boxing. As you said, he's endorsed by Mayweather, and he's that dude. He's very, very good.
Ryan took the L already when Tank walked out with Sosa, so
Yeah, he has some of the best intros. When he pointed that out to me, I was like, wow, man. What was it? Little Baby, Da Baby?
Lil Durk. He's been walked out by everyone, but he creates a show every time. He's a showman too, as well as just an overall phenomenal athlete. We're not really here to talk about his successes so much, but we do kind of want to give a backstory for anyone who might not know who he is, just kind of an idea of who he is. We're actually here to talk about a 2020 hit and run where he ended up leaving the scene and things got kind of, I don't know, it was overall just a bad situation.
All right, so on November 5th, 2020 at around 2 a.m., Davis was leaving the Medusa restaurant and lounge in downtown Baltimore. He was in a 2020 Lamborghini Urus, and he was making his way to his hotel, right? Mm-hmm. He was being escorted by police because he's a very famous boxer. They're just kind of escorting him as security, right? At some point, he turns away from the police escort, and at this point, he runs a red light and then slams into another car, passenger side, before kind of crashing into the fence of a 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. I think at this point, he makes a call, and another car shows up and picks him up, along with he had a female companion with him. And the end of it, 4 people were injured in the crash, including a pregnant woman, and that was kind of the big deal that they made about it, was that he didn't offer any help. He just boot scooted and got the fuck out of there. He was like, I'm leaving. He did go to court on May 5th, 2023, and he faced 4 charges. The first charge was leaving the scene of an accident involving bodily injury. The second is failing to notify an owner of property damage, probably the gas station owner. Driving on a revoked license, which was weird to me because he had a police escort.
Yeah, I mean, do we know if they were undercover police escorts or?
They made it clear that it was an escort just to make sure he got to his destination on time, because he turns away from the escort because they were supposed to take him to, I believe, the Four Seasons Hotel where he was just going to crash. But instead he turned and crashed into the car.
Different kind of crash for sure.
And then the fourth one was running a red light. He would ultimately plead guilty to the charges, which was his best case scenario. A judge denied a plea deal, though, which would have had him serve 60 days house arrest, right? He would ultimately be sentenced to 90 days house arrest, not too different, but also 3 years of probation and 200 hours of community service. So they were kind of we're not going to give you what you want, but not too far off from it.
Ultimately, it's not too bad. And I mean, thank God he didn't kill anyone, because he still has a super bright future ahead of him. I think it was just knee-jerk reaction, kind of leaving the scene of the crime, and that, I don't know, I don't know if he really meant bad or good by it. Maybe he was under the influence or something at the time and he didn't want to get caught. Who knows?
They don't make anything about being under the influence clear, but I get where you're coming from. He's just trying to get out of the situation with as little exposure as possible.
Yeah.
And that's, in my head, that's not the stupidest thing to do in the world if you're someone famous and you just hit someone in downtown Baltimore. Maybe he was scared for his own life, or he just wanted to make sure nobody was going to come and rob him.
Yeah, I mean, that's all facts. Maybe he just thought he was going to take care of it later. I don't know. Anxiety is a hell of a drug. He just probably was tripping out and didn't know what to do and how to properly handle the situation. Overall, I think the sentencing seems pretty light. It seems fair. I mean, 90 days is going to go by super quick.
And we don't know what civil settlements he settled or anything out of court. That's usually
kept secret. Point, too. Maybe that he's going through legal litigation with that and trying to figure out exactly if he's going to pay the chick, or maybe he did pay the chick in undisclosed amount. Who knows?
I think it's fair, and I want to see him box again, to be real.
Not a bad outcome for him. Hopefully he can stay out of trouble. I know he is constantly in and out of legal issues. So
yeah, I don't want to see him turn into like another Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson had that same, like that overwhelming talent, Like, not too different from someone like when you're that good at something, it's real easy to get, as you say, lost in the sauce, where talent kind of overrides your ability to make logical decisions or just smart choices.
Yeah, don't want to crash out like John Morant. Anyways, let us know down in the comments below. What do you guys think of this? Do you think it was a fair sentencing? Do you think he should have got sentenced more? And I don't know, do you think the pregnant lady should get a bag for it? Let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm Rugburn.
And I'm Pickled Landon.
And this is Tombstone Tourist.